So we got our local YMCA first.
The YMCA has between 700 and 1,000 daily member check-ins. They're removing all, some, or none of the current vending machines. All the current vending machines.
We got a local hospital.
The hospital is removing all, some, or none of the current vending machines.
Removing some.
So that's great. Removing 3 vending machines for your 3 vending machines at a hospital.
And we got our county government buildings.
And then the county government buildings, they're removing all, some, or none of the current vending machines.
They've committed to new machines with us, and they're going to remove all the machines in there. I just figured we would get 10 machines in a year, and doing the numbers, that would be a good first go at it. And we've gotten 8 machines in about the first month.
Yeah, this story is wild. Buckle up. My clients Katy and Mike were able to secure high traffic locations for 8 brand new state-of-the-art vending machines in about 30 days. This doesn't happen in the vending industry. When I'm talking about high traffic vending machine locations, I'm talking about more than 300 in-person daily consumers. And Katy and Mike leveraged our system perfectly. These locations are removing the majority of all of the vending machines in each one of these locations, which is removing your vending machine competition. So this was a partnership. My team did significantly detailed vetting at the beginning of the process. It took our team about a week, as you'll hear from Katy, where we actually searched the whole marketplace and find all the high traffic vending machine locations, from schools to colleges to YMCAs to community centers, hospitals, medical facilities, and more. And then my team does a ton of phone calls, about 120 to 150 phone calls a day, in order to identify the opportunities where there's broken down machines, outdated equipment, unreliable technology, unreliable service, junk food, overpriced products, or whatever it may be. The key is the 6-figure location brochure collection. Katy and Mike didn't have to memorize any sales scripts. You don't have to set any appointments. You don't have to set any emails. You just bring the location brochure collection. You customize one into the location. It does the majority of selling for you, because it's taken my 14 years of experience and put it right into these brochures. Coupled with a product sample bag and just simply following the process. Katy on a previously video said every time that she goes into these locations, it turns into a one-call close, which is absolutely crazy.
Really following the process. I mean, it's the brochures, it's doing the drop, it's getting in front of them, it's having the conversation. Honestly, it's like a one-call close.
Absolutely unheard of when it comes to the vending machine industry. So here's Katy and Mike's testimonial video. They're gonna give you lots of feedback, what they thought about the Vending Accelerator process, my team, our tools, my mentorship, and everything. And you get to enjoy this video and listen and hear from Katy and Mike. So enjoy. Hey, Katy. Hey, Mike. I appreciate you guys being on here. Clients here at Vending Accelerator since about mid-February. If you guys can remind me, how did you guys come across Vending Accelerator?
I was just doing research online, and I was looking for different kind of business models to, what our next venture was. And we considered vending, and then I got down the healthy vending, kind of that rabbit hole on the internet, and it came across your videos, and piqued my interest.
Piqued your interest. Right. So you went on a healthy vending route, started looking at vending and said, oh, healthy vending, it sounds a little bit more niche-y, right? Opportunity there. Does that ring home for you guys, for Mike and Katy, right? To have a healthy, focused business?
Yeah, absolutely. We do a lot in wellness and clients that I work with in another part of my business. And so it's just a good messaging. And, I think there's a gap in the marketplace for that. So it's different and better.
Yeah. Awesome. In your professional backgrounds, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that you guys were, entrepreneurs, you sold, made some money. Your professional background.
Health benefits consulting. We owned our business, and we sold our business 2 years ago, and then started another business last year. Now we're ready to jump into vending. So
it's your third business. Successful with the first one. Good for you, because most entrepreneurs have a graveyard of past mistakes and failed businesses. So awesome. So how's the other business doing? Just
good. Yeah, it's running. It's a pickleball business, and it's automated, and it's been great. So we got that up and running in 2023, and then now it's time to build another business. Me on the sales and marketing front, and Mike on the operations. And so it's a good team.
Cool. And then ultimately, did you guys look at all the other companies in this space? The HealthyYouVending, Naturals to Go Vending, Healthier for You Vending, or just Vending Accelerator?
Came across Naturals to Go first. Really went through kind of their program online. I actually had a meeting set up with them.
Like an in-person meeting?
A call, like a virtual call, like I did with you, but met with you, and then I was good to go.
You have no need to have that call.
Yeah, didn't have to have that call. I was good. Yeah, didn't move forward at all with Naturals to Go.
What was the main points that you chose, even after that call, Vending Accelerator over Naturals to Go?
Just the approach that you guys take on doing the research and coming and the help with finding good locations and all the resources. So really the marketing and the brochures that you guys have provided us, and that you did all the legwork for who our best targets are within a 15-mile radius of us. And we thought we'd have to go a lot farther than that. So really that's huge when I don't have the time to do all that. So I can just really pick it up and go with what you guys have provided. So the expertise that you guys bring and the support has been awesome.
No, I appreciate that. And that was actually something we talked about a moment ago, which initially you came back and said, hey, 45-mile radius. I'm like, no, Katie, we don't need to go that far. Let's start from the inside out. Let's just do a 15-mile radius. And I know your concern was because you're north of Dayton, Ohio, in a small town. I think I looked it up, about 20,000 population just for pickleball. But then also, then there's a radius. Now, of course, that radius incorporates many more people. And you guys haven't moved that radius since, because as you mentioned, like our team does so much upfront work when it comes to vetting locations, so you don't waste your time when it comes to locations that you should target. Talk to me about the process of Vending Accelerator when you guys decided to make the investment, onboarding, how that's been, getting inside the course and working with the team so far. Outside of locations, we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's been great. You've been great on one-on-one. So having that personal connection to you and building that relationship has been very valuable. And then the course, we can dive into it at our own pace, refer back to it. So it's easy, it's well done. So we can grab all those resources. And then the calls that we're on, at least we have access. We can't be on all those calls every week, but to have access to it and be able to go back and listen to it. So we're learning as we're uncovering things. So it's great. The community has been great. And then the operations, Brian in operations, he's great when we have questions too.
Yeah, about machine operations on that. So yeah, you're referring to a locations clinic. Tell me about how those have been. So it's ultimately, you get access to me hosting those location clinics Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. How valuable have those been for you guys? And I know you've been inside a number of them, but then you go back and watch some of the ones you can attend on replay, correct? How's that been?
Yeah. I mean, just learning from other people and where they're having success and what the messaging is and being able to hear what those objections might be. And so we just get smarter every time that we listen to ones. It's just helps us with the next conversation and just be able to navigate our landing these yeses on these locations.
Yeah. And hearing other people's questions sparks other questions, sparks like, oh, I didn't think about that. And then to hear the answer. So it's bringing up a lot of things that I never thought to ask anyway. So hearing from other people.
Yeah. You literally just got a client made a comment on one of the locations clinics. It's like the location clinic calls are just as gold as the course. Which I appreciated him saying that. Okay, good. And how's that mentorship been from me? Is it as advertised or below advertised?
Yeah.
Above and beyond, because I wasn't sure how much access we'd have to you, and it's been great.
Yeah.
Not only with the location clinics, but just on a personal level to be able to send you a message or something or get with you somehow, and you've always had the time to answer it. So it's been great.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. We try to put in things in place so that I don't have to depend on my email because my email's so crazy. So the location strategy request form you can fill out at any time, which I know you guys have used, and then of course location clinics Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then the client community, definitely advantageous. When it came down to, we chose Vending Accelerator, when it came to the locations, as you know, we do not secure your locations for you. We have a system and tools that allows you to secure high traffic locations. Talk to me about your initial perception on the six-figure location brochure collection. I think we just called it location brochures when you guys came on board, because that was February. Now it's the six-figure location brochure collection. And your perception, how well they would work or how they would do versus then also the reality of it. What did that look like?
Yeah, I think they're really engaging. The messaging is right there. It's being able to, as we're launching this business, knowing that these strategies have worked elsewhere. And this is what other YMCAs, schools, private industry, these are the results that they're seeing. So it gives the credibility and the confidence to go in and say, hey, we can do this for you and bring this program here locally. And that's really what we're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're referring to the credibility inside of our brochures, which is leveraged from the rest of the footprint across the United States at other private institutions, school districts, hospitals, that you're able to leverage as a brand new vending business owner that you would never have, is that credibility instantly. So from there, you're investing into the system, my mentorship, the tools, the brochures, the initial vetting of the locations so that we can identify best high traffic locations in your marketplace. How is the data entry? How is the fact finding, which are our resources in order to find the high traffic locations, then the locations with opportunity at them, vending machines, broken down machines, poor servicing. How did that work for our team? And did they, were they on top of it as far as did they meet your expectations and get it done quickly, or did it take a while?
Oh yeah, it was done probably within a week. And then we had our locations conversation with you and we reviewed the opportunity report. And, I was impressed that they actually made the phone calls. They didn't just pull from a database, but they made the phone calls to say, do you have vending? What kind of vending? What problems do you have? And So we really have like the low hanging fruit to go after right away. And it just helps us sell faster and launch the business quicker than we could have done it on our own. So that alone was well worth the investment.
Yeah, for us to get that data entry fact finding done, because you guys, before February, we didn't do that for our clients, and it took clients months to do it well, if they did it well at all.
That alone has made it a great partnership.
Awesome. And then let's talk about that, because you had some goals coming into this investment. What were those goals?
I just figured we would get 10 machines in a year, and doing the numbers, that would be a good first go at it. And we've gotten 8 machines in about the first month of really getting the word out there. And we really haven't even gotten the word out there. So we just have used the brochures in our targeted locations, and it's really helped us jump into it quickly. So we're excited. The goal is to have us be able to build a team that works with us. I think this is something that we can scale.
Just to be clear, so your goal, because you've been inside of the system basically after our team did work and you guys had the capacity to get out there, about a month, your goal through the end of the year, and this is what, May 21st today, was through the end of the year to get to 10 machine locations, 10 machines secured. You've been in the system about 30 days. You have, as of today, 8 machine locations secured. And talk to me about the locations that the system and tools got for your business.
So we got our local YMCA first, we got a local hospital, and we got our county government buildings.
Yeah. So, and I love how humble you're talking about there, because the YMCA has between 700 and 1,000 daily member check-ins, and they're removing all, some, or none of the current vending machines. All the current vending machines. The hospital is removing all, some, or none of the current vending machines.
Removing some. They will have still a contract with their Pepsi. They have committed to, let's get these in, and then we'll look to remove and replace all. So yeah.
Cool. So because you're bringing in 3 and they're removing 3 for those, correct?
Yep.
You're basically replacing
removing all snack machines, and we'll do combo machines for this.
Correct. And then, so to be clear with me, are you selling drinks too?
Yep.
Okay. So it's not a restricted Pepsi contract where it says you can't. Beautiful. Right. Yeah. Because you probably learned there's multiple different types of drink contracts where if you didn't know that and you just literally went to the hospital and go, oh, we have a Pepsi contract, without knowing that there's multiple types of Pepsi contracts, you probably would have been like, okay, I can't get that location.
Right.
And that's not actually true.
Yeah. And that's another thing you guys have helped us with, is understanding what to look at, what kind of contracts people should or shouldn't have. And a lot of people don't know what kind of contracts they are in.
Right. So that's great. Removing 3 vending machines for your 3 vending machines at a hospital. And then the county government buildings, they're removing all, some, or none of the current vending machines.
All. So those were all out of order and with just nobody to come service them. So we were able to, they've committed to new machines with us, and they're going to remove all the machines in there.
And the great thing is they have other locations, which I could see us very shortly moving into those as well. So
yeah, absolutely. You guys are well ahead of goal. That's for sure. And I know that, we've got the machines on order for you. You're going to be operational soon. I know that you guys have been humble about it. You've already created a 6-figure vending machine business. You already did that with probably your first 2 locations. And the third one is going to add to that. So that's just absolutely amazing. And, 8 machines is going to be part-time for you as well as you scale this up. And then you really haven't even gotten it out there that much. How many locations have you visited in order to secure 3 locations so far?
I've had 7 meetings so far, and I've secured 3 of them. And I've got 2 verbals on the others. We just don't have the signed contracts yet.
40, if my math is correct, somewhere between 40-45% of locations that you walked into, you got closed.
Yep.
Cool. The 6-figure location brochure collection, how much of a help were they?
10 out of 10.
Right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about those. Well, how did the brochures help?
Yeah, I mean,
without giving away any proprietary information.
Yeah, visibly creating contrast between what their problems and issues are today with vending and what better could look like. Certainly aligning with somebody's mission of health, wellness, productivity. Yeah. And if you're a YMCA, a hospital, a healthcare provider, a school, and you're just dealing junk, then junk in, junk out. I think the messaging aligns with what people want. They just don't know that they can have it. Creating a solution to a problem and really revealing that problem. They do a good job of exposing the problem. People have a lot of headaches with, hey, the machine ate my money. I'm tired of dealing with it, that kind of thing. The technology in the machine, the smart technology, it makes sense. And again, it just solves their problem. There's really no reason not to do it when you break it down to them. So it's a better employee benefit to those companies, consumer benefit, and then there can be a financial incentive for them to work with us.
What I like about the brochures brochures is that as we're new, it has a lot of all the information is there. So we don't necessarily have to have that on top of our head. So it's kind of right in front of everybody. And there's some real numbers in there that catch people's eyes and make them think, oh, this could be good for us.
Right, exactly. So ultimately, like before you went out there and secured locations, outside of just the course giving you the education in there.
So, and if I would have had to create that marketing, the target audience, do the research, create the brochures, figure out the messaging, like I wouldn't have had time to do it. Like we'd still be talking about it. So, I mean, we're up running. We were able to use your information, partner with you guys, and get out there and talk to people.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Order machines.
I'll tell you how long it would take. 14 years. That's how long I've been in this industry.
Yeah, well, I can tell.
Yeah, because ultimately, like when we tested the brochures, when they worked, oh my gosh, I did it. I mean, like
we're onto something.
It's like, holy cow, I think we just did the number one thing that we never thought would be possible. Honestly, I didn't think it would be a reality, which is to be able to secure high traffic locations fast. You guys are living proof. It works. So I appreciate that for you guys literally following the system to a T, being present inside location clinic calls, watching the replays when you can't, being, active inside the community, just not overcomplicating it, overthinking it, and just taking action. And then also a great thing that you guys have done is that you guys know people. Everybody knows key people in their community. If you don't know somebody in the network, somebody knows somebody, gets you into locations. You guys have leveraged that. Talk to me about that real quick.
Yeah, going to the people that we know who are the directors of the YMCA, the folks that we know just in our community. We've gone with them, got a referral into the hospital. So that's how I got in there. So just told people what we were doing and then figured out how to leverage those relationships. And then once we got the one why, then got names and references to go to the others and say, hey, they just signed on with us. I want to talk to you about what's new and different in vending and if we can align with you as well. This week I have another appointment with a new YMCA Thursday morning. Just leveraging that once we get one and then it works for someone and then we can just share the story and the benefit.
Yeah, and we haven't done any marketing or any advertising, so using those past relationships that or knowing somebody that knows somebody, or that's how we've gotten into a few of these places, obviously. So that's a huge help.
And the beauty of it, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like, okay, yeah, you have some interest here, check out this brochure, and like you literally don't have to get on the phone with anybody until they reviewed that, and they're like, generally, what does that look like for you guys? They're like, this looks great, whatever it is, you tell me.
Yeah, and we've taken the sample products, sample bags out so people can understand, like, hey, we're not talking about like unusual food. When we talk about healthy vending, it's food you eat all it's normal, it tastes good, so it's just tweaking what you're doing. We use that, and it's really a hook for people that they like and appreciate the samples and the idea of what they could put in the machines to be different and better. So that's been huge, not only the samples but the brochures. And so once they see it and then you follow up with them, then they're intrigued, they're interested. Let's talk more.
Exactly. So that's awesome. What I was getting at earlier is like, but you didn't have to go through a significant amount of training to get there because there's no sales scripts to memorize, there's no phone calls to get an appointment, right? There's no emails that you're sending out. It's truly that our team has identified the opportunities, and then you bring in the brochures, correct? And the product samples. Yep. Or, you tell some friends about what you're doing. It's like, oh, I actually know a manager over at the hospital or whatever it may be, whatever the role is. They give you a referral.
Yeah, we haven't even really told most of our friends and people that we know that we even started this business yet. So we'll get some locations out there, and then then
you'll do it. Yeah.
And
then
be like, oh yeah, we started that business.
So that's
fun. Yeah, it's fun.
That's awesome. Because we joke around that here in the office. Our clients today, they don't know the pain of securing locations.
Right.
You can literally go to the internet and there's like companies or YouTubers that go on there and one day they're in the vending industry, 6 months later they're like, let me tell you why I quit the vending industry, and it's all comes down to locations and being able to make money. It is the most difficult aspect of this business, coupled with your guys' willingness to take action, not overthink it, a little bit of your network, but then just following the system and the tools and utilizing what we have put in place for you. You guys have been able to build an amazing business. Our machines on order, you're going to get operational soon with 8 machines on the ground at amazing locations. So no, outside of that, I would love it if you guys, gave any type of overview or recommendation of Vending Accelerator and working with us. That would be great. Anything you have to finish that up with?
I think overall the partnership it's invaluable. So it's a way that you can own your own business, start your own business, and not have to figure it all out on your own. So it's well worth the partnership, and you can just really hit the ground running and feel like you've got a team behind you that questions come up, learn from other people's mistakes, figure out best practices, use the brochures. You just will deliver results. results.
Yeah,
so that's what it's done.
I think with our previous business, we knew what we were doing, so you had that confidence to get new customers and things like that.
Right.
So getting into this business, we didn't know anything. So the clinics and the brochures and just the whole program to give us some guidance, to let us have some confidence, to know that we know, oh, here's the next step. So that's been huge for us, because I don't like going into something that I don't know what I'm doing. So it's been huge for that.
That's a great point, Mike. I appreciate that, because you guys had the confidence that with what we presented to you, that you would feel comfortable walking into something, not knowing anything, that, on the other side of the investment, was going to be everything you need to know. And it sounds like it's delivered that.
Yeah.
Well, and being able to leverage, like, oh, they're doing this in Orange County schools in California. They're doing this in Nashville public schools in Tennessee. They're doing this in another largest school district in Ohio. So we're just bringing that opportunity here to our local community. So, it's working elsewhere, YMCAs, different places, different locations. And so being able to leverage you guys to identify the best spots to go, that's the low hanging fruit. And we just got to go execute on it. So it's fun.
Exactly. And then when you went into the hospital, the healthcare facility, you had the healthcare brochure, which then shows other healthcare facilities. How much did that help when they saw that?
Yeah. I mean, that other people are doing it. So, it gives them the confidence, like, okay, well, this is working elsewhere. Let's jump on it. We're, they even said themselves, they're like, we're behind, I'm sure. And we're still offering junk food, and we're a healthcare facility. Help us modernize what we're doing for vending.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. We said, all day long, I'm looking at spreadsheets for clients and how many healthcare hospitals, medical facilities have junk food in them. It's just astounding. So opportunity. Well, cool. Well, you guys have been absolutely just amazing students of Vending Accelerator, and applied your learned knowledge in there, and used the tools and the mentorship and the support. And I guess the last thing would be, outside of me, outside of the course, outside of the brochures, how's my team been?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, really. Again, 10 out of 10. Responsive.
She was asking me a question the other day about something that I couldn't find, and I emailed Marianne, and within about 10 minutes of it, I was like, I didn't expect it that quick. I don't need it right now. That's kind of the kind of reaction we've had so far with any questions that we've had, outside of the regular scope of things.
Cool.
Yeah, I was in a meeting with somebody, and there was a operations question, and I emailed Brian while I was in the meeting, and I had the answer before I left. So, it was great. So great team.
Good. I appreciate that. Love and team execute, and they fulfill it crazy. This could be nowhere where it is today if it wasn't for them. Lastly, because I'm going to ask this in a two-part. Today's going to be part one. There's going to be a two-part of this question when I visit you guys. Was the investment worth every penny?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like us having a back office that we didn't have. By partnering with Vending Accelerator, that's exactly what we needed.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how well your machines are going to be doing when you hit the ground, because then we're going to ask you if it was worth twice the value, 3 times the value, 4 times the value, based on how much money you're making.
Good. We're excited. It's fun.
Cool. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys after you guys get machines installed. We're going to come back and visit you guys in Ohio. So.
Okay. Sounds good.
You guys are awesome.